Hello. Hi, Basha. Can you hear me? All right. And there's another one. Where are you from? Okay. Let's wait for some other people. Okay, watching from QC. All right. I am from Marikina. Yes. Malapit. Mm, okay. So today we are going to do another watercolor background with calligraphy, and I will be using, of course, watercolor. It is one of my favorite medium for arts. And also for today, we will be using some salt. Okay, so for what with watercolor and with calligraphy, we are going to combine, and we will be working on some techniques with the salt. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. And also we will be talking about connecting letters. So I hope that you like my previous live tutorial with working on with plastic, and today we'll be using some salt. Do I have any guest who is new to my channel? If you are new to my channel, please comment down below and where you are watching so that I would know. Hello, JJ Kojima. Thank you for joining me. I'm happy to see you here. All right, so we will be doing some watercolor today and with calligraphy. Hello, Wild Orchids. Thank you for joining. All right. Hello, Iris. Thank you for joining me. Okay, can you hear me well? Please comment if you can hear me well. All right. Okay. So today we will be doing some watercolors with salt. So if you have your watercolors with you, please also prepare some salt. I just have some salt from my kitchen. And of course, we will be, instead of using my sketchbook, I am just using a card size from my watercolor paper. This is Canson XL. And Wild Orchids actually helped me in buying this. So I bought actually two huge pads of the Canson XL because it's actually sale in the US. And I'm waiting for the next package that I will be unboxing really soon. All right. So if you have your watercolors, your water, of course, your brush pens, your practice paper, of course, some tissue paper will do. All right. And of course, some salt. Remember to follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. And if you can send me also your output after this tutorial, then please do so that I would know if you did my tutorial. Okay, so I have just a board here and I will be taping down my paper. So this is a card size. I actually cut it from the huge paper. So whatever watercolor paper that you have, if you have like 200 GSM watercolor paper, that's good. This is 300 GSM, and this is cold pressed. All right. I am using my washi tape to tape it down. So whenever I take down my paper, I do from top, bottom, and then side, so that it will avoid some mess or something like that on removing or damaging my paper. All right. Okay, do you have your materials ready with you, guys? All right. So I will cut my tape. This is actually a washi tape. I got this for free when I bought something from Shopee. Okay. But you could use any tape that you have with you. Not, of course, duct tape or scotch tape, but you could use a masking tape, a painter's tape, washi tape. You could use that. Okay, there. So top first, and then bottom. But if you have questions, please don't hesitate to comment it down. All right, you can comment your questions. There. It's almost, well, tomorrow is May, and I think next week or in 2 weeks, there would be a Mother's Day. Hope that you can prepare your gift for your moms. But I will also upload a tutorial in making Mother's Day card. Right. I don't have mom anymore, but I will still upload the tutorial so that everybody can see or can have an idea on how to make a simple and easy card for Mother's Day. All right. And I'm thinking about making some colors of galaxy or something. Can you suggest any word that we can do today or that we can practice writing today? All right. Just a short word, please. If you can comment or suggest a word. Okay, so I have my watercolor set. I am using Monyo Professional Watercolor Set. And I will be using the colors like pink, violet, and some blue. All right, I think I will have cobalt blue. So before we paint, let's prepare first our colors. So this would be just the background. And then while we are waiting it for it to dry, we are going to practice calligraphy. Okay. Any suggestion for a word today? I'm thinking about the word galaxy. It's 6 letters. We can do up to 6 or 7 letters, but not exceeding that. Okay, so I'm preparing cobalt blue and I have cold pink. So remember, if you're doing watercolor, remember to have at least 2 jars of water. So for cleaning your brush and for the other one, that will that will I mean clean. Okay. I'm just using a round brush. This is size 12 of my Collins Sable brush. I'll get some purple. I think purple is good. All right, again, these are asynchronous colors. So if you're not here last time, asynchronous colors are colors that are sitting beside each other in the color wheel. Like right now, I'm using blue, violet, and shade of red, which is cold pink. So we're doing asynchronous colors. Avoid complementary colors in doing this, especially for backgrounds. Like if complementary colors are the colors that are sitting right opposite the color wheel, like for example, this red and green. All right. Yellow and violet, orange, and blue. So if you mix that together with the same amount, it will give you brown, and that's what we are avoiding. So we are doing just asynchronous colors. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush, and then I am going to wet my paper that I tape here. All right. I hope that you can follow. Okay. Oops. So I heard this. Okay. All right. So I dropped some water with color. So I remove it with my tissue right away. Okay. So now for the easiest way that you can wet your paper instead of brushing your paper to your instead of brushing the water to your paper, what we can do is to spray it. So I'm using a small spray bottle. This is what I got from buying sample perfume before. So I'm using it now for watercolor. This is one also a must have item in your art materials that you can add. Okay, then I am just going to spread the water. All right, so it's easy. All right, remember if you are doing wet on wet technique like what we are doing right now, it should be just shiny and not puddling. All right. Can you tell me, guys, what are your favorite colors? Do you have any favorite colors? right, please comment down your favorite colors. I want to know what are your favorite colors. Okay, Basha says red. Okay, what about the others? Purple. Okay, that's nice. Okay, how's that in my palette? Yellow. Okay, what about the others? Iris, what's your favorite color? Yellow also. All right. There's one more. I didn't. If he okay, if you just joined, please comment down below your favorite color. All right. I think it's damp. Okay, let me write it again. Okay. So it should be shiny and not puddling. All right. And then I'm going to start dropping my colors. So starting with the blue. This is cobalt blue. I'm just dropping my colors randomly. I do not have any plans where I'm going to put those colors. All right, and let me drop. I'm going to drop some cold pink. All right, cold pink. All right, last week we made a background using a plastic, but today we are going to use some salt. All right, next I'm going to drop some purple. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to add more of blue. I like it. I think I need to add more pink. Okay. There. Then what I'm going to do, it's shiny. Okay, it's not puddling. All right. And I have my rock salt here, and I'm going to drop some salt, and you will see the effect later. All right. Hello, James Joseph Bardos. Thank you for coming. All right. Okay, Wild Orchid said to JJ Kumimi, I'll forgive you just for today. Why? What happened? Okay. All right. I am dropping some salt. Okay. I'm just cleaning up a little of my mess. All right. And then we are going to proceed to our calligraphy. I'm cleaning up, wiping those paints. Okay, so I can set aside this watercolor and this one also. So later on, we will see what happened to our paper and to our paint with this. And I'm going to get my hat. Okay, so I hope you can follow this tutorial. I'm going to set this aside. Now I have my pad here with my, okay, with my guide. Okay, she likes yellow. All right. Okay, so with my pad here, we're going to practice calligraphy. And today we are going to practice connecting letters. So just a review, and for the new people who are joining this live tutorial, I will be showing you how to do the basic strokes. If you want to have a copy or soft copy of the guide that I made here, please send me a message on Facebook or Instagram so that I can send you a copy of that. Okay, so let's do calligraphy with the brush pens. I will be using platinum color brush pens. These are cheap brush pens. Okay, so if this is your first time to use brush pens, I warn you that this is very um, difficult at first because brush pens are really, really soft. And we used to write with a hard tip like pen and pencil, but this is soft. Like you can actually bend it. You can see that we can actually bend it easily. So if you write it the first time using brush pens, you will be surprised, and you need to really have to control your the holding of your brush or brush pen. It's the same way how you hold your pen or pencil or how you write. It is just more on control. Okay, let's start with the basic strokes. Okay, I will do downstroke. Okay, for the downstroke, I will start at the top. All right, and then I will just make downstroke like that. Is this big enough, or do you want to make it, or do you want me to make it bigger? Can you can you tell? Is this good enough to see, or do you want it make it bigger? Okay, comment it. Okay. For those who just joined, hello. Okay, Pasha, bigger, please. Three. Wild Orchid says three. What is three? Okay, bigger, please. Okay, so I'll make it a little bit bigger. All right, for the downstroke. And for doing calligraphy, just write slow. I know that we have a tendency that for okay, JJ Kumi, for you it's enough. Thank you. All right, just make it slower when you write down. Do not write too fast. When I do night writing or whatever, I write something that is readable by the pharmacist only. Well, okay, I write fast, but in doing calligraphy, remember to write slow. All right, so these are the downstrokes. Just simply press your brush pen a little, not too heavy, because if you do, it will give you a big stroke like this, and this is not what we are looking for. We are looking for something like this thick. All right, that is for what do you mean, wild orchids? Okay. All right, so let's do upstroke. For upstroke, of course, since going up, it will be starting from the bottom with a very thin line and just using the tip of your brush. If you think, okay, I'll show you because it might not visible over there. I'll do it again, just using the tip of your brush. Okay, can you see it? Four lines. Okay. Well, it's actually five wild orchids. Five lines. Yeah, one, two, three, four, five. Okay. For the upstroke, you can do it slanted, curvy, or just simply straight. If your upstroke is getting thicker like this, it means that you need to control your hand more. All right. The next stroke that we are going to do is the overturn. So we are going to combine the two strokes. We'll start with the upstroke and then curve down with the heavy downstroke. Using my guide here, I will be using that as my spacing. Okay, very thin, and then curve. there with a heavy downstroke. So here you should see a transition of your pen here, and it should be curvy here. All right, you can practice with me. Okay, again with a thin upstroke, and then curve down with a heavy downstroke. Like that. Okay, there you go. Next is we are going to do an underturn. So opposite of this, instead of starting from the bottom, we are going to start at the top with a heavy downstroke, and we are going to slowly lift our pen. Okay, it should be like this. Slowly lift. Okay, there. So here, there is transition of lifting your pen here, and it should be curved. All right. Do you want me to do this again, or is it fine? Let me know. Okay, well, I'll do that again for the sake of the others. Okay, so heavy downstrokes slowly, and then lift your pen up. There you go. So this is the underturn. Next one, we are going to do the compound curve. For compound curve, that will be combination of the two strokes. Okay, the overturn and underturn. So I will be starting from the bottom with a thin line, and then curve with a heavy downstroke, and then slowly lift your pen. Okay, there you go. Wow. Okay, I'll do it again. I will be holding my pen a little bit farther from the brush itself because my I cannot see it. I might covering it accidentally, so I'm going to do it again. So for the compound curve, it should be curved at the top and curve here at the bottom, going up. You can press your brush more here and then slowly lift your pen starting from that. Okay, all right. Can you tell me, guys, which stroke that you're having difficulty with? Can you tell me? I hope that I can. Ovals. Okay, yeah, we are going to do ovals after this. Actually, ovals and compound curve was very, very difficult for me. Right. I'll do the compound curve again. Thin upstroke, curve down, heavy, and then slowly lift your brush and up. There you go. Compound curve. Okay, what about the others? Okay, all of it I'm left-handed. Okay. Yeah, well, there are also calligraphers who are left-handed and do not know how to do that. But yeah, there are some calligraphers who are left-handed. But you can try. Okay, next one is the ovals. Okay, so for Basha and for the others as well, for everyone. Okay, because this is a tutorial for beginners. Okay, so imagine that I have three lines. Okay, so I will be marking my paper. I will be writing here below. All right, so for example, 1, 2, and 3. Those are my lines. Okay, I will be starting at the beginning of the first two lines and on the right side. Okay, on the right side going to left. Okay, so I'll do it Okay, my paper is moving. All right. I'm not using actually a notebook, but a pad. I just put green, so it's moving. Okay, but it's better if your paper is not moving like this. All right, so let's start here at the right with an upstroke and then curve down with a heavy downstroke, and we will slowly lift. All right, then we're going to connect it. Okay, so let's start with an upstroke and then curve down, and then slowly lift your brush pen. There you go. So it should look like oval. It should not look like a triangle. It should not have any angle. All right. So if you're going to do this, there should be transition and curve here also. You can start pressing your brush pen here, and you can start lifting your brush here. Okay, so I'll do it again. Hello, Ate Susan. Okay, how are you? All right, thank you for joining me. All right, so again for the ovals, we can start at the right side with a thin upstroke and then curve down and then slowly lift your brush pen. There you go. All right. Let's move on to the last two strokes. First is the ascending loop. For ascending loop, I'm going to start with a thin upstroke like this, and then curve down to there. Here, this one should be closed, and should be curve here, and you can start pressing your brush here. All right. So it should be close. It looks like P. Kulang na lang si Coach. Yes, JJ Kojima. There. Okay, welcome to those who are new here. Welcome to my arting penmanship. I hope that you can let me know where you are watching from. All right. Let's do the ascending loop again. So I will start with thin of stroke and then curves with a heavy downstroke, like that. Okay. Next is descending loop. Okay, for descending loop, we are going to do this opposite way. So we're going to start with a heavy downstroke, like this, heavy downstroke, and then slowly lift your brush with a thin upstroke. There. So here, this should be also closed. You can start lifting your brush in this point. All right. Watching from my couch. Okay. Okay, let's do this descending loop again with a heavy downstroke, and then slowly lift your brush up. There you go, and connect. All right, so these are the basic strokes. Now we are going to connect these basic strokes, and we're going to write a word. Okay, I'm thinking to write the word galaxy. Okay, how is your watercolor background? Is it dry? Because mine, I think it's drying. Okay, look at this. Okay, so on the area that I put salt, if you could see that the salt is pushing away the paint. There you go. So I'm going to remove this. because if not, you will see a lot of blooms, and you might see a lot of whites later. So I want to see some pinks also, and you can see that there are some blooms. Okay, some parts are still wet, but it's okay. I just removed the salt. If yours is still wet, let it dry first before removing, or else you might have something like this. Okay, so let it dry first. All right, and then I'm just going to set it aside, and we're going to continue. I'm thinking to write the word galaxy, or do you have any suggestion, any word that you can suggest to me? Any other word that you can suggest? All right. Okay, so we are going to connect these basic strokes first. Okay, galaxy is fine, says Basha. Okay, so we are going to practice galaxy. All right. In order for us to write in calligraphy, or going to do calligraphy, we are not going to write as how we write it, but we are going to use these basic strokes. Okay, for for the word galaxy, I will be starting with the oval because, yeah, G is an oval. Okay, so start with the G, small G with an oval. So this is my oval now. Next, I am going to use descending loop for the tail. So now I have the G here. Okay, but since you are going to connect it to the next letter, which is A, I'm going to extend the upstroke like that. Next, I'm going to add another oval. Okay, so that we can do letter A. All right, to connect the letter A, we are going to use the underturn, which is this, so that we can connect it to the next letter. Okay, now I stop here because I stop also at this point on the G and the A. All right. So it should be in the same height when you are connecting the letters. So I cut my underturn on this point. Okay, next one is I'm going to do ascending loop like this. And then I'm going to have an exit line like this, like an upstroke. So that's my L. Next, I'm going to do an oval again. All right. Then I am going to have another underturn like that. But since we're going to have an X, I'm going to continue this underturn. So this is my underturn. All right. For the X, what we are going to do is that we are going to connect this with another loop here. So there would be another underturn, but there would be a connection on this part. We're just going to make an extension of a thin line there. Okay, so you have the X now. Then I'm going to do an underturn again. We're not finished with the X yet, okay? We're going back to it. Then to end the Y, we are going to do the descending loop. All right, so let's continue with the X with the upstroke, like that, with a curvy upstroke. Okay, so that's how we are doing Galaxy. Okay, now the key in connecting the letters is that when you connect it with thin lines, and that is what we call our entry and exit lines. Okay, so like this, the thin lines here. Also, the next thing that we need to look at is our connecting line. When we connecting the letters, it should be on the same height. All right, my letters are actually on the same height here, but since we did the X here, I extended it there. But here, I can actually stop there, or stop here in this point. So we're going to write it again. Also, another thing that you need to watch out is your spacing. Gorgeous. Thank you, Wild Orchids. This is spacing because if sometimes when you write the letters, there are parts that are too compressed in some area and some are actually spacious. So we need to avoid that. It should be in the same spacing. All right, so let's do the galaxy again. Practice with me. All right. And then we are going to write galaxy on our watercolor paper. Okay, so I'll do it again. I will be using two colors so that everyone can see where I actually transition. Okay, so we'll start with an oval again. There you go. And then a descending loop and extend a little. Okay, this is what we call an exit, an entry line because it's an exit line from the G and entry line for the A. All right. I hope that you learned something from that. Okay, I will continue with an oval. Next is underturn, but I'm going to cut there. Next is ascending loop. Then another oval. All right. Next, I'm going to have the turn, but I will actually extend it here, there, right? So we have a, a loop there. You can, for the underturn, you can connect it also with compound curve. It's actually compound curve. All right. Now for the Y, let's continue this with the compound curve so that you can have that curvy lines there. And then descending loop. Right, let's finish this galaxy. There you go. All right, so let's check our work. All right, so ruler is a very good thing that we could have, Right, so we have here our connecting line, also our spacing. I think it is good, but it's too a little compressed. I'm sorry, spacious in this side. Okay, anyway, we could avoid that with a little curve, so we could do that again. If you think that you need more practice, then practice more. Okay, so now I'm going to write it on my watercolor paper that I that actually have here. So we did this background earlier, but before that I can remove. Okay, I'm thinking to remove the tape, but I can remove the tape later. All right. So if you are going to write, of course, make sure that there is no salt left. You could use a very light pencil to write your lines. Okay, so what I do is that I am checking my line from my paper. That's what I do. Okay, so I will be making like 3 lines. I'm using a 3H pencil so that it is easy for me to erase. And also to erase it, to erase my pencil marks, I use also a kneaded eraser so that it will avoid damaging my paper. Okay, for this, I will be using a black pen. This is Pentel Fuge Touch, or it's also known as Pentel Touch or Pentel Sign Pen. Okay, this is a small brush with a tip like this. So if you are a small writer, I suggest get this one. If you are a big writer, you can get this. This is not available in an art store like National Bookstore or Art Bar, but I bought this online like Shopee and Lazada. If you have a friend like JJ Kojima, okay, from Japan, you can ask a friend to buy this. You can buy this in a set. It's actually cheaper when you have if you have someone to buy this in Japan. This is actually Japan made, so it's cheaper there. Can When I checked online, the price of this is actually 50% on the price and what we have here in the Philippines and also in the US. Okay, so this one is a very good pen. Okay, for Galaxy, let's write it. So let's write with an oval here, then the same with loop, we'll extend a bit. This is exactly the same how we did this earlier. Right? I hope you can send me an output later on my Instagram or on my Facebook. There, Galaxy. There you go. And then what I'm going to do is to remove my pencil lines using my kneaded eraser. Make sure if you're going to write some lines that is easy to erase. So that's why I use a 3H pencil and I use kneaded eraser to avoid any damages. Okay, so now it's time to remove the tape. Okay, this is the most exciting part, removing the tape. There you go. So you can easily see those white edge and green edge. Okay, there. All right. There you go, galaxy. You can add any word into it with your watercolor and with your background using salt. I hope you like this video, and I won't delete this live stream. I will just keep it on my YouTube channel so everyone can rewatch it again. And if you want like to have some practice, I am also teaching online. So if you are interested to enroll in my calligraphy and watercolor class, you can send me a message on my Facebook or Instagram. That's it for today. I hope you like this video. Please remember to hit like if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. And you can also buy me a digital coffee at coffee, that is kofi.com/umaating penmanship if you like what I do and you can support me. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you again next week, and I hope that I can see an output of what we did today. Thank you.